I can't believe I'm making a highlight video for a game I can't pronounce. Lunacid, Lunacid, Lunakid, Lunacid. I apologize for my complete butchering of any human language ever spoken in the history of mankind. But this game right here, this game is gas. And boy howdy, we gonna talk about it. Like, look at the cursor. Look at the little after image effect. How did they make a pointer cool? You know you're in for a good time when the main menu is fire. It's the main menu. How are they making the main menu fire? This is ridiculous. Alright, so boom. A little cinematic and we get our story. Elden Ring, oh Elden Ring. Oops, desu. Wrong game. Our story is told to us with a single short paragraph, just like the good old days. A sea chunk gets pulled up, farted, and covered earth with doo-doo particles, and the constant smell of manure mind broke humans. Mind broke them so bad that humanity at large stopped believing in conventional prisons. So instead, they pulled a Gothic, the PC game, not the cute barista at Starbucks you have a crush on, and started chucking people into the Great Well. Naturally, you, main character person, are thrown down this toilet. Character creation time, and right off the bat, I noticed that this 2D art is fire. I love this art style to death. There are so many cool portraits, but there's even something cooler in here. It's this bad boy, custom avatar. So naturally, I did what any normal, insane person would do. Yeah, next up are the classes, and there are a lot of classes. Like damn, I could be anything that I want, all with their own unique base stats, skills, and strengths and weaknesses, really driving home the idea of different playstyles and replayability. A lot to think about, and this is still essentially the main menu. I found my class though, a discarded corpse, unwanted by the world, yet highly resistant and stubborn. Yeah, that's me to the T. Let's play. After getting your hand lopped off and falling neck first on a pile of ash, the game starts. No objective, no waypoint, no damn clue, no nothing. Pick up thy sword and figure it out. From the first musical cue, I've already fallen in love. Without a single sense of direction, I quickly get to interacting with anything that I can, slashing plants and shit. A single vague signpost and the soft light draping from the ceiling are my only guiding hands. The corpse of past losers and oversized snails and whatever this sea urchin thing is are my only company. One looted coffin, a few hidden treasures, and slapping a few snails to death later, and I've made a complete circle. But now, there's a waifu waiting for me at the starting point. This is the greatest game ever created. And why a waifu, you might ask? Because look at him. Cute, therefore, wife. Very simple. You look lost, says Demi-chan. Yeah, baby, you think? They chopped off my fapping hand, and I've been killing snails with a fossilized stick for 30 minutes. Demi gives us some explanation and offers to whisk me away on a date, somewhere else. As the bonehead that I am though, naturally, I say no and go run off to play in the water some more. Only after I've wasted enough of Demi's time do I finally take them up on their offer. So what exactly is Lunacid anyways? In short, Lunacid is a first-person dungeon crawler in the same vein as Kingsfield. And what the hell is a Kingsfield? Kingsfield was a year one title on the PlayStation 1 developed by none other than everybody's darling developer, From Software. It featured completely 3D graphics and real-time combat. To use sweeping, generalized terms, Lunacid is just that, but please don't get me wrong. This is not a bad thing at all. Lunacid wears its inspiration on its sleeve, but does justice to Kingsfield while retaining its own flair. This game is so cool that I don't even know where to begin. Let's start with its invisible hand level design. This game simultaneously tells and doesn't tell you how to play. A giant aspect of this game is figuring things out for yourself. Let's take that single sign from earlier. Seek the slumbering creature of moonlight. They are the last existing door. 2 lines of text is all it took to take us from wandering aimlessly to having a goal. Hope for getting out of this abyss. Another early example is right here in Wing's Arrest. Demi gives us advice, saying that it's a good idea to revisit places you've already been before. This subtlety hints to the player that the game has some Metroidvania elements to it. Initially, we searched Hollow Basin up and down, and couldn't do not a damn thing, but now we found a creepy ass door that we're able to open. It's these voila moments that make interacting with Lunacid addicting. Continuing the point, I had a key, but I didn't know how to use it. Lunacid incorporates a digital manual that actually tells you how to play the game, crafted like an authentic PS1 manual, complete with backgrounds and cool art. This manual is available to access at any time during gameplay, but remember what I said earlier, it tells you how to play, but not everything you can do. It gives you the gist of the core mechanics, but purposely leaves out the plethora of things you can do to give you that joy of experimenting and discovering for yourself. The total trust in the player's curiosity and desire is so appreciated here. And you'll be needing a lot of that there player curiosity because everything in this game matters. You have parameters, 6 stats you can freely upgrade however you want, and these stats matter. Duh, I just said everything matters. Let's look at this one example. Dexterity determines jump height and damage done with a ranged weapon. When I first saw this, I said, who cares how high I could jump? I'm not trying out for the NBA. I'm trapped in the world's largest well. Rah. There are various inaccessible areas to those who can't dunk. But have no fear, because Lunacid's gameplay is open-ended. So yes, one solution is dumping a lot of skill points into dexterity, but you don't necessarily have to do that either if you don't want to. Solutions come in many different shapes and sizes, low-key adding some imsimi goodness to that mix, utilizing multiple gameplay mechanics together. A lot of areas are darker to almost pitch black in this game. At first, I was utilizing this dinky ass little torch like a peasant. Hell, I was even fighting with the dinky ass little torch like the peasant that I was, because it could inflict fire damage. But then, I discovered the coolest stick ever. This staff shoots fireballs, but the fireballs can act like a light source too. So here I was, using a ridiculously powerful staff as a juiced up, steroid up, pump, super torch 2.0. Beautiful, I say. What class you choose matters a lot too, beyond their base stats and starting levels. This knight dude over here was like, yeah bro, there's some healing water over there, drink up. As the gullible shonen protagonist that I am, I gulp a mouthful and that shit burned my esophagus. I took damage. My theory is that it's holy water in the fountain, and because I'm playing as something unholy, it hurt me. Or maybe only vampires can drink, cause Night Dude said it's too strong for him. I'm certain at least one class can drink this mystery fluid safely. And that's so cool how the gameplay drastically changes based off of your class or race or whatever that you're playing as. But beware, citizens and theater-going witches. Make no mistake about it. This is a horror game. If you do not handle spooky scary well, then unfortunately I would not recommend this game. The developer, Kita, has exclusively made horror games and Lunacid is no exception. I was liming in the Sanguine Sea and I seen this signpost that was like, accursed tomb. Well, how accursed is this tomb? Mama ain't raised no punk, so I walked right in that hole. I regret, oh my goodness, I regret not letting my fear take a hold of me. It's pitch black in here. Who is surprised? I just said a lot of the game is pitch black, and it's pitch black in here. It's blacker than me in here. Next minute I know, Blue Skidoo, Weekend 2, Super Mario 64 paintings are squaring up with me. I can't see, I can't attack, I can't do shit. I am scared. But still, I'm moving forward, because of course I am. We trespassing on graves and whatnot. I'm hearing all type of squiggly ass sounds in my ear. Is that the music? Or is that the map? Don't ask me why, but I jumped on this corpse, minding his business in his coffin. I mean straight double foot stomp, professional foot stomp, Kano style, right into his nipple. And I promise he was like, bro, get off me. Then, an invisible enemy started jumping me. I started swinging at air, and the game had the audacity to say, no effect. Physical damage did diddly squat. My worst nightmare said,
"Are you dead ass, Ed Bowie? On my great Nana's interweb?"
I switched to my torch and I start flailing. I'm fighting for my life against something I can't see. And surprisingly enough, my desire comes out on top. I managed to kill it just for another one to pull up shortly after. Can you believe that? After I just fought for my life, another one was like, boy, you thought this was over? Can't remember the last time I hauled ass out of someplace so quickly. My favorite thing about this gorgeous gemstone of a game is its atmosphere and sound design. Regardless if you like or don't like low polygon count, early 3D accelerator graphics, Lunacid does an amazing job of not only looking the part it's trying to emulate, but efficiently uses its resources to paint marvelous environments. Regardless of where anybody may think the game falls short, I think the atmosphere makes up for in every way. Similarly to how Diablo 1 fans feel about Diablo 1 naturally, I believe Lunacid's strongest aspect is its ability to bring out your curiosity in exploring. That atmosphere that I keep repeating myself about throughout this video. One more corridor. What's around this corner? What will I find next? Each level or area has its own story, and finding out what that story is by navigating its halls was my favorite part. You won't be doing DMC combos with the combat or Celeste platforming with the platforming, but that feeling like you've been thrown into a snow globe, a forgotten land, preserved but kinda not, lost to time yet still standing, is phenomenal. Every little action has a sound effect. Like, no, seriously, every single thing that you can do in the game has a sound effect. Clicking on buttons in menus, jumping, attacking, healing, pulling levers, all of it. Remember when I was talking about how can you make a main menu have swag? I think this is one of the little magics behind it. Every single thing, like interacting with the game, has a sound effect. And not only do they have sound effects, but those sounds have that PlayStation 1-y, MIDI, whoop, whoop type of effect that really makes you nostalgic for that era. And the music whips ass, bro. I don't even need to yap in this section. Just take a gander at some of these environments I was speaking about earlier and listen to some of these tracks. This isn't a review video, so I won't talk about all of the nitty-gritty of this game, unfortunately. We didn't get to speak about the combat, the magic, and a lot of the hidden gems, like secrets and how you go about them, in here. But that's on purpose. I want to leave the majority of the surprises intact for you so you can discover it yourself. Lunacid is an indie that I wholeheartedly recommend to a wide variety of players. Veterans of the dungeon crawling genre, people who have never played a dungeon crawler before, let alone this specific type of dungeon crawler, RPG fans, and retro gamers, especially those who love the PlayStation 1. I truly believe Kita made a masterpiece with this game. If they never made a game again, I'd be content with what we got here. Naturally, Tears of the Moon will get its own damn video in the future. Thanks for watching, everybody. Shout out Kita forever.